first name, my name is Tsai Sin-Da, and Tsai is my last name, and so you can just call me Sin-Da. And my background is, of course, as you mentioned, I'm a geomatics engineering, and I graduate from Chengchi University on 2008. And after I graduate my degrees, and I joined the militaries for 1 year as an artillerist. So what I learned from school as a surveying knowledge is very useful as an artillery. So we have to calculate the ballistic for the cannons. So it is a very useful knowledge for me. So I have a very memorable and I have a very good times in my military services. And after that, I joined the unit who is doing the land management and the space management particularly. And I'm working at the unit for over 5 years. And 2012, I passed the exam. This is a national exam as a licensed surveyor. So I have this certification, so I become a licensed surveyor, and so I joined a private companies called Strong Engineering. So since 2012, I will in this period of times, I always dedicate myself as a professional surveyor. So this is my basic professional background. So I've been doing surveys, so actually for many years, if you count it from my graduations, so I've been doing this for almost at least 15 years, yes. Yes, as a surveyor engineering, the most treasurable things is that we travel around, because as a surveyor you have to go anywhere. And for example, I'm from Taiwan, and Taiwan is not a very big country. We are relatively smaller. So in my companies, the surveyor actually, particularly a field surveyor, mostly travel all around in Taiwan, every inch of the steps of the Taiwan soil. So this is a very good part. And as for me, I doing my business in the South Asia for many years. So I travel mostly all the countries in the South Asia, including from Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, and of course I have an office and companies in Malaysia based on Kuala Lumpur, and to Timor-Leste. And I even traveled to the Middle East, in Iraq and Kuwait. And that is a very memorable experience for me in the Middle East, because at that time when I was in Iraq, they were in the war. So I have a very special visa from their government as a consultant. So I will be able to enter Iraq and to see and to give advice to their governments. So this is a very treasurable memory for me. So every time I go to the different countries, I just feel the cultures and just enjoy the foods. And the most enjoyable thing is working with the local peoples. So it will give me a very good experience and cultural impact for me, for working with the different peoples and to see different kind of views, and of course the sceneries is wonderful. And Of, of course, Indonesia is one of my favorite place to go because the people here is so kind, the food is very great, and the working passions for everyone, and it's give you a very big impact for me. So as a surveyor, I think this compared to other business, as a surveyor, you can just travel around. This is a very good experience for me. Yes. Yes. As a surveyor, you have to working in a very difficult conditions because a surveyor we are the frontier of the civil engineering. So in the nature of the surveyor, we have to go to some places nobody wants to go. So we are the first step for the people behind us. And the most memorable thing is that I started my business in Timor-Leste in 2015. The companies there, the Timor-Map LDA. So in 2017, I have a project in Timor-Leste. The government, they asked us as a foreign consultants to solve a very difficult problems for them. Is that there's one of the biggest river in Timor-Leste, and this is a completely wild place. Just very few people living there, so there's no much infrastructure over there. It's just only one bridge and only one road. But the flood is very severe over there. But they are trying to take the sands away to ship to the city to do the constructions. But the flood is just do a very big damage. So they want to do the assessment. How bad is the flood every time, in every year. But in the local surveying company, they are not able to do this. So they have to ask us as a foreigner consultants. But they before that, they just gave me a very cruel fact that we don't have many resources for you. Of course, we give you the budget, but the rest of the things you have to handle by yourself. So can you use the drone to do the survey? And I talked to my co-workers, and we have a very deep considerations to think about that. And we think this is a very good chance to prove that we have this kind of ability to do the job. And so I gathering teams, but the team is very small. We have only 3 persons during that times, but the other 2 is the best mate I have. They are also a very professional surveyor. So only 3 men, me and the 2 of my surveyors with 3 guys. So okay, let's do it. And the area is too big. The area is over the 1,700 hectares. So when we have only a very short period of time to do that. So first day I just asked my truck driver just take me there and to see what is going on in the area. And the area is so bad because it's all covered by sands. And the river is so big and so wild. So we have to manage it to do that in a very different way. Because in the modern cities, you can very easy to make your control points and to do arrangement for your surveying plans. But in the area, when I do the reconnaissance, it's very difficult. Because it's nothing there. So I have talked to my co-workers. So I said we have to use thinking in a very different ways. we have to make the control point first. Otherwise, we are not able to finish this job in a very short time. So we go to the hardware store. So we buy the wood pile, and we buy the paperboard and the pens. So we just painting the as a white colors, and they use pile. So we just three of the guys, we just walk from the downstream all the way to upstream, and we just use a pile to make our GCP, because we know every time the flood in the afternoon, if the rain is coming, the flood will just just damage all the GCP away. So we have to do it in a very short times. So we take a half days to make all the piles and then put it in the sets. And I just after that GCP, the control points is mounted. So we use the drone to survey, and one guy use the drone, and the other guy, me and my coworker, we just carry the RTK, and we take the red boots. We're just walking from the downstream or the upstreams, and there's all the bumpy roads. So we put all our energies inside it, and we stay there for I think we'll be in the jungle for 3 or 4 days, and just stay there and to do all the survey. And in the beginning, I have a doubt that maybe we cannot do that. It's too difficult. But as the time changed, in the second days, when we put our efforts and we collaborate each others, and I have these very solid ideas that yes, we can finish these projects because we already know how to do that, and I know all the resources I have, and I know how to deploy all the resources. So I have a strong belief. Yes, we can do that. And we keep doing that, and in the 3 or 4 days, we finish it earlier. So this is a very good experience. And the final days, I even invite my clients to the field to join us, because I finished the upstream first, because this is the most difficult part. And from the downstream is the easiest part, because there's a road and a bridge over there. So I invite my clients to wait us at the bridge. So I will just show them how we finish these projects. And in the upstream, I even facing, and there's a really floods coming, and I have a video to share with you. We're just walking there, and the flood is coming, and all the roads collapse in front of us, and we drive a pickup, so we have to brake, because just in front of us, only 10 meters away, there's no road, because the road is all being flushed by the floods, and the flood just in front of us. So it's like a Discovery Channels. Yes, it's like Discovery Channels. So this is a very good experience for me, because most of our project is done in a modern society, modern environments. But for me, I don't have such a good experience to working in the wild jungles. So this is the memorable things for me. And the most important things, I convince our clients that we can do this. This is the most important things. And the best thing is I see the smile from my clients. I say, wow, it's great. Yes, and he think this money is very worth it. Yes, this is a very satisfying for me. So I always remember these projects in my mind. Yes, this is the basic story. Yes. Everything is by chance. I just follow the opportunities. Because in 2000 and I think this is early years of the early period of time in 2015, there's a chance that Timor-Leste officials, they have some connection in Taiwan, say they want to visit Taiwan because there's no professional knowledge in Timor-Leste. If they want to build their countries, so they are seeking for different kind of experts, not only surveying, but also civil engineering and the marine expert, hydraulic experts. So these officials they gather a group to visit Taiwan, and it's like an interview. So he's interviewed for every kind of expert for different domains, surveying, hydraulic, and the civil engineering. And they are trying to choose the best teams and invite this team to Timor-Leste to help them to build this country. And very luckily, after the interview, they think, oh, my company is really a good professional. And the surveying is also very important. As I mentioned to you, the survey is always the first frontiers to the civil engineering. So they are very delightful and very honest to invite me to Timor-Leste. So 2015, I think it's only 3 or 4 months later after the interviews, I start my journey to Timor-Leste. So I fly to Bali and transfer to Timor-Leste. And by the way, very luckily, I was stopped in Bali first. Really good place. So I was in Timor-Leste. So this is the first time, and I met different kind of official administrator, and I listened to their request. And I think, yes, we can do that. We can do that. And I think also they needed this kind of knowledge. So we have a very pleasant conversation. So after that, just a few months later, this is a second trip to Timor-Leste. And in the second trip, we registered companies over there. So this is the second time when I was in Timor-Leste and I started the companies. So in the 2015, I started the business in Timor-Leste, and in the beginning we work with the governments. And my first project is as a consultant to their surveying department. I take 3 months training courses to them, and I am the lecturer by myself. So I teach them their government officials for 3 months, including the theory and also the practical class. Yes, and I also can share the photos to you. So after that, I have a good connection to their governments. So this is how the story begins. We just step by step. Then the project I just mentioned to you, the river survey projects. Yes, and it's very difficult because I have to learn a different kind of accounting law and the labor laws, and also I have to recruit local peoples to start our own companies, and everything is built from scratch. I have to build everything in a very I don't know how to explain it, but the feeling is like you are playing a Lego, right? Just play brick by bricks. Of course, I have to deal with many difficulties. Yes, but I just to remind myself, as always, I have to remember why I choose to come here and to start this business, because the concept is that I think I can do this. If I want to do this, I have to stick to my plans and to gathering all the membership. Yes. Marine and hydrographic survey is a very important survey, especially in the ocean country like Indonesia. And I, as a surveyor who is in this profession for a long time, I know that technology changes a lot, and I always encourage a young surveyor, you have to take the latest technologies. Now, as a marine surveyor, I suggest you to focusing on the GPS technologies and the drone technologies. This is for the field survey. And for the data processing, of course, you have to focusing on the AI, because the AI will change everything. Surveying is we call it a big data professions, because we acquire special data, coordinates, dimension, geometries. And now the surveying technology is so advanced that we can acquire the data more than we can process in the real times. So this data is so big. So now we can only take a small part of it. But just imagine if we can take advantages of using the whole data we acquire from the fields in a very short time. They will generate a very huge benefits for the human societies. So this is the two ways. You have to accelerate the speed of data acquisitions and also accelerate the speed of data processing. This is a very, very important developments in these domains. So I encourage you just focusing GPS, drone, and AI. Yes. Yes, I think this will be my suggestion is there's two ways. The thing is that when we get the data from the satellite image, actually the image is made by other people. Yes, so actually this is a second-hand image. Yeah, basically. So the ways to enhance it, the quality is, otherwise you can choose to take the image by yourself. You can use a drone, or maybe in the development of the technology there will be a low-bid satellites. This is also a very good source for you to acquire high-quality images. And the other way is you can use the machine learning or the AI and to enhance the quality of the images. And I think the second way will be more feasible in the futures, because now there's a lot of algorithms for the image enhancing. And I think, and I already saw some applications to try to enhancing the photo and or the image which is taken many years ago. And they can also derive a new result, a new data from these old images. And this is also a very good applications. I think you can put your efforts to develop this kind of applications. Yes, the machine learning and AI. This is a very good question. I've been doing this business for many years. I see so many people's they get in this business or they leave this business. So I always encourage the young surveyor that you have to stay patient. And the passion is a very important thing. The passion is not I think this is like a mirror. When you look at it, what kind of person you are looking at. If you're looking at a mirror, the person in the mirror is weak and lack of energies and have no passion for the living, for the life and for the work. And even you, when you look at the mirror, you don't think this guy can achieve anything, right? So you have to think about yourself that you have to stay patient about your work. But I always remind that your passion should be focusing on yourself, not other people's, not your boss. The passion you have to dedicate yours to yourself, because only in this way you can remain this passion. You are not working for other people's. You have to achieve by yourself. And once you achieve yourself, and you will, if your energy is full, then you can have to share to anybody. If your energy is low, there's no way you can share to anyone, right? So you have to fill up your energies and keep this passion to yourself. Dedicate the passion to yourself, and that in this way you can be focused. You can focus for your goals, and you can work toward your goals, and you will not get distracted. This is very important things. And the second thing is that always remember and be proud of that you are an engineer. Engineer is a very honorable word to me, which means everything you do is doing for the human goods, right? So, as engineering, you never working alone. You always have this kind of philosophy that you are working as a team. You always collaborate with someone else, with the different professions. There's no big projects, no big targets can be achieved by only one domain. As a surveyor, in my career, I always working with like the expert from biologists, the expert from the hydraulic, the expert from the civil engineering, the geodetic expert also. So I'm always working as a team. So my advice to the young surveyor, the second advice is always remember to have working as a team and have this team membership in your mind. Yes. In this age, maybe you're thinking that, I already very familiar with this skill. I'm already very familiar with the technologies, and you think you already know everything, but you don't, because the society and the technology is evolving so fast, even faster than you think. Every 1 or 2 years there will be new things. if you think you already know anything and you're not willing to learn new things, you will be out of this trance very quickly, and also it's quicker than you can think. So you have to be very careful. You have to be aware that this trends of the technology is evolving so fast, and always keep in mind that you have to learn new things, because at the age of 30s, you look back, I've been working for 10 years, I know many things, but you forgot you have to look forward. There's another 20 or 30 years of career is waiting for you. So you have to work very hard. You have to look in the future, not looking in the back, and satisfied from the back. No, cannot. You have to be unsatisfied for what is coming, and keep learning. And like I said, stay impatient.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my very from my own experience to the young surveyors. Marine science is, like I say, it's very important as in Indonesia. And the marine is, I think, there will be many new applications. For example, I'm from Taiwan, and Taiwan, we don't have much natural resources, especially for the power. So in Taiwan, we start to do the wind farm, the wind powers for the past decades. This is like a national policy, so we put a lot of resources into the wind power industry. And of course, as a surveyor, I was involved in this kind of projects, and I think I saw very new opportunities, because in the futures, not only AI, also the ESG is also a future trend. So I think like this kind of wind power will be very soon applied and deployed to all around the world. So this is a very good applications, because the wind power industry not only needs the engineering from the civil engineering and the survey engineering, but they also a marine engineering and the marine biologist, because every time you put the wind farm, the stack into the ocean, you have the damage to the local biology system, right? So in a very advanced country, they have to do a very detailed assessment for the biology's the impacts. So this is a brand new application. Yeah. So there are so many new things happens. So as a marine domains, marine is supposed to a big space for we to explore. So you have to open your minds and to embrace new technologies and new applications. Always has a new opportunities for you. Sure, I'm always looking forward to come back here. Yeah, this is a very good place, in the good weather, good people. Of course, the scenery is so good. Yes, I'm very happy to come back again.